Oh my God, the declining podcast listenership of Amy Robach and TJ Holmes is disclosed as their big career setback is revealed. After the pair revealed their side of the alleged affair, fan interest in them has not continued. The former GMA 3 Stars podcast listener count has plummeted, as exclusively revealed by the Gossip Time. Amy and TJ's debut episode on December 5 showed promise when it debuted in the top 5 for all podcasts in the United States, according to numbers viewable on the popular podcast analytics platform Chartable. "I don't think anyone expected that interest to continue much beyond that," said a well-known source in the podcasting business, but there was a ton of interest in what they were going to say about their affair and being cut from ABC in the aftermath. A month later, on January 6, the show crashed the US charts, landing at number 243, making it quite evident that interest had drastically diminished. When the couple discussed their drinking habits, there seemed to be a newfound interest in the former co-host relationship, especially after TJ made the news by revealing that he had roughly 18 drinks a day before to starting Dry January this month. Following that open episode in which they discussed their alcohol use, the podcast fought its way up to the 136th position in the rankings. Chartable's numbers were comparable to those displayed in Apple and Spotify's ratings rankings. The pair made their attention-grabbing drinking confessions on the show's January 11 edition. Crazy admissions. After 2 weeks of Dry January, the two talked about their coping mechanisms. About halfway through, the two talked about how much alcohol in a week would be considered heavy drinking. Amy, 50, reported a daily average of 2 to 3 drinks or 15 to 20 drinks weekly. As for adult beverages, she said she likes wine, beer, margaritas, and Aperol spurts. 8 drinks or more a week is considered heavy drinking for women, according to TJ, 46, who told her she certainly falls into the category. TJ's disclosure, nevertheless, came as a bigger surprise. A day including 18 portions of drink. Amy was told by TJ, "I can have up to 18 drinks a day on my own." Amy asked how he managed to consume that much in a single day. TJ mentioned that after he and Amy's morning run, he might have more drinks if his route doesn't end at a pub, which it occasionally does. When they worked at GMA, Amy says they would go for an afternoon run and then get a beer after work. "I put 2 beers in the freezer, let them get a little cold, and then we'll have a beer," TJ said. "Here we are, at 10 in the morning, I am 2 drinks in." TJ went on to say that whenever he and Amy go out to lunch, they had to have at least 2 drinks. "Now, I can easily have a drink in my hand from 2 in the afternoon till 7, 8, 9, or 10 o'clock at night if we're not out and about throughout the day, running errands or doing anything else, and we're just inside." "So you do those numbers," TJ went on, "and you have a drink an hour for another 8 hours, you could argue. That implies that I will be delaying drinking for an additional 8 hours on top of the 4 beers I have already had during the day." Overcoming depression. The two then talked about the reasons behind their alcohol consumption. According to TJ, his reasons for drinking have changed over time. "College is a blur, but after that, alcohol has always been a part of the social experiment," he said. "However, I was diagnosed with fairly severe depression in 2015. The former anchor maintained that he was in a really bad place and did nothing to deal with his sadness for 5 years. "That was when, for the first time in my life, I started drinking to mask the pain," TJ said. "My pain was coming from the alcohol, and I had to stop." He said that he started drinking again after graduating from college because it made him feel wonderful.